yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. You know all my struggles. You know what?
All right, man. It's been a long time coming, so we finally made it happen, man. So let's just say, growing up, H-Town.
Yeah.
Who are some of your favorite players growing up, baseball?
Man, obviously the Killer Bees, right? Being at home with the Astros, the Bigios, the Bagwells, the Berkrins, the Derek Bells of that time in the '90s. But also, I mean, back in that day, we had WGN was big, right? So, and then we would get TBS, so we would get Braves games and we would get Cubs games too, right? So you would see Sosa when he was hitting all the homers back in the day, but I was a big Chipper Jones fan too. I wanted to switch hit when I was younger, and I actually did, so I was trying to imitate his swing.
I like that, man. So, speaking of H-Town, man, the 29th is a special day. I think that's dope, man, that you get honored by the city, man. How do you feel about that, man, being honored by your own city, man?
Man, it's definitely humbling, right? It was just a one-time deal. It was just a one that year, right?
Yeah.
So, but everyone brings it up. They're like, oh, you have your own day every year. I'll take it, right? But at the same time, it's a good representation that the city sees what college athletes are doing, you know, in their hometown, right? So I kind of got maybe a little edge in it because the mayor at the time, Ms. Parker, was a Rice graduate, right? So maybe she might have, you know, slid me in there a little quicker than usual.
I like that, man. So, you know, I talk to a lot of third basemen, right? And I do this course called Mount Rushmore, right? So, and I've heard your name get mentioned by several of these third basemen. They think highly of you, man. So I'm going to ask you on the spot. If you put 4 on the mountaintop, you mentioned Chipper. I think that's got to be one of your guys. If you did a third baseman, who would be the 4 you put on the Mount Rushmore? You got Chipper.
Yeah, you got to have Chipper. I mean, Ripken played majority of his time at third base, right?
Okay. Some you got, I mean, let's see, Brooks Robinson. You got guys like that.
I think majority of his career didn't Ripken play more at third, right? So I got to give Ripken, and obviously Brooks Robinson, how many MVPs did he get? He had a lot. Shoot, I feel like I'm missing one. Who's the Phillies guy?
So you got, I mean, they like this Arenado guy. I mean, he's been named on everybody's list.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm more old school, right? So like when they retire, then you know they could become
Scott Rowland.
Scott Rowland. But yeah, I gotta wait for guys to retire. You know, we're still playing. Obviously, Arenado and all these guys, Machado have wonderful careers, right? And they're gonna be up there when they're done. But they're still playing, so they're still adding to their resume. So when they're done playing, they'll definitely be on the list. But I can't put them in right now because they're still playing.
I like that. So you got Ripken, you got Chipper, and Scott Rowland's a good one.
Scott Rowland's a good one.
Yeah.
His defense was amazing.
You got A-Rod. You got A-Rod played third a little bit. Won MVP at third.
I feel like for me, I grew up watching him as a shortstop, so I still label him as a shortstop.
Okay, we're going to keep that third one a little. We'll keep that unanimous now, okay?
Yeah.
All right, so I got something special here, man. I want you to flash back to this moment. I want you to show this to the camera.
Oh, man.
Show it to the camera real quick.
My goodness. Was that my first ring?
Yeah, that's your rookie card, man. Babyface.
Yeah.
So the young Anthony Rendon, what was going through Anthony Rendon's mind during that time? And the fact that you got a card, how does it feel at that moment that you realized you were going to have your own baseball card?
Man, it's exciting, right? I think at that point in my life, I had just got drafted a couple years before. I went through an ankle injury, and I was going into the second big league spring training. So there's so many things going into your mind because you're going into a locker room full of grown men that have kids that are, you know, 12, 13, 14, 15 years old that are just younger than you. And so I'm getting into an environment where it's not just you're playing with kids, you know, your age anymore. You're hanging out with the best of the best. You're in the cream of the crop. I wasn't up there at that time, obviously, but this was spring training. And so it's crazy to think that how life can change just so quick and, you know, in the blink of an eye. And I was grateful to be there. We had so many veterans that I just sat in my locker and I just listened the whole time. The game has definitely changed. All these rookie guys who come up there and loud mouth, very big, flashy, but man, I just try to soak it in and learn as much as possible.
I love it. A few more questions, man. So you know how the pitchers have all the cool walk-up songs and everything? So let's say if Anthony Rendon had his own walk-up song named after you. You're an H-Town guy, right? So I'm going to ask you this on the spot. If you could pick any artist, dead or alive, to do your song, who would do your song?
Man, it's so tough because, you know, the Houston rap scene, I would pick a Houston rap artist with the parental advisory. It would be so.
I mean, it could be clean.
Man, I'd have to pick Zero. Just his mentality. and he's under the radar, right? He's cool, calm, and collected, but when you listen to his songs, like he's unbelievable.
I love it, love it. All right. 2 more quick questions then. So I know you didn't do the Mount Rushmore, right? But you've had some great teammates. You can't name them, right? That's the current teammates. You got a great infield you're dealing with. Let's say you're playing third. If you need a shortstop, second, and first of current players, who is your shortstop? Who's your second baseman? Who's your first baseman that you put on the field with you? Non-teammates.
Non-teammates. All right. I gotta go. Yeah, I gotta go. I go back with my buddy Trey Turner at shortstop for sure. Current. All right, current players. Oh man, I picked Goldie at first base.
Okay.
Texas guy. He's not far from Houston, so we grew up not too far from each other.
And you got second baseman.
Man, second baseman. There's a lot of good ones out there. Man, I'm gonna pick Scope just because we came up together in the minors.
I like that. I like that.
Man can hit. He has a cannon of an arm. He came up on the left side of the infield and he went over there. So that's just for me personally. I know the guy, and so I like Scope.
All right, cool. Last question, man. So I know it's been a hot topic, man. Y'all coming into the spring training, man. That WBC app.
Yeah.
And you got 2 dogs on the team. I mean, y'all got everybody's dog on y'all team, but the 2 dogs, right? Trout and Ohtani face each other, man. But you as a player and as a fan of the sport, what did you think? And how was the clubhouse? I mean, you saw them 2 guys after the fact.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think it was awesome. It was awesome, but bittersweet at the same time, right? Spring training is the time for you to hang out with your guys, you know, kind of build that camaraderie before the season. And we got a good amount of guys. Thankfully, that means that our team is so special to go play in the WBC. But for those 2 guys in particular, Trout obviously to represent USA, and Ohtani's Ohtani, right? Yeah. he's probably the most recognized face in baseball right now worldwide. And so for him to represent Japan and for those guys to go out and to end like it did, I mean, it's awesome to see because those 2 guys are on our team and they're playing every single day.
I love it, man. Well, you know, and man, keep doing your thing out there. Definitely, I want you to stay healthy, man. I know that's your goal. That's your goal, man. And make that playoff push, man. We'll be talking again soon, brother. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah.